There is a very good chance that Donald Trump's presence on the 2024 ballot could cost Republicans the Senate, not just in 2024, but it could relegate conservatives to the minority in the Senate for the remainder of this decade. Here's why that is. And by the way, this is actually coming from Republican Senator Steve Daines. He didn't mention Trump. I threw that part in there because that's pretty much what he's getting at. But Republican Senator Steve Daines, who is now the chair of the campaign arm for the Senate Democrats, Rick Scott was kind of booted out of that position after losing a lot of money. But Daines recently said, we either deliver a majority in 24 or we are in the minority as Republican Senate for the rest of the decade. That has profound consequences. So why is Steve Daines saying that? Well, first and foremost, in 2024, there will be more Democrats up for re-election in the Senate than Republicans. So Democrats have more seats to defend, just like Republicans did this last time, and it's harder to hang on to all your seats when you have to defend more than the other team. You also have to spend more to defend more. So that's a problem. Republicans had it in 2022. Democrats face that issue in 2024. And then in 2026, it's pretty much an even split because that's so weird. That's just how it works out every 2 years when we have these Senate elections. First, you have the Republicans who have a majority of seats to defend. Then you have the Democrats who have a majority of seats to defend. Then it's pretty much even with each side defending the same number of seats. And then the cycle repeats itself. It is a pattern. I don't know how this country fell into that pattern, but it's the way things work. So if Republicans cannot take the Senate back in 2024, they're basically put at a disadvantage in both 2026 and 2028, and it wouldn't be until the 2030 election where Democrats would have more seats up to defend, and that would be the Republicans' opening. And if Republicans fail to do that, it wouldn't be until 2036 where they stood the likelihood of taking back the Senate. So what does this have to do with Donald Trump? He's not running for Senate, is he? Well, no, he's not running for Senate. But we've already seen what having Donald Trump at the top of the ticket does to the rest of the party. And see, this is the part that Steve Daines wouldn't say out loud, but I will, because I'm not a Republican, and I want to embarrass you by telling the truth. Donald Trump is toxic for the Republican Party. His presence at the top of the ticket is going to draw more moderates and likely more women to go to the polls to vote against him. And while they're there, they're probably going to go ahead and vote down some of the other oppressive jackasses all the way down the ticket. We have seen it happen in recent elections. We saw it in 2018, even when Trump's name was not on the ticket. We definitely saw it in 2020. So if Trump gets back on the top of that ticket in 2024, Republicans have a very real problem. And it's a problem that could cost them not just that election, but the next 6 years of elections. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.